President Trump is likely to announce tariffs on Chinese imports today in a move aimed at curbing theft of US technology and likely to trigger retaliation from Beijing and stoke fears of a global trade war as well. So global trade war fears are there. They can possibly impact, there are global impact of on other regions as well. There could be possible inflationary impacts. There could be a mild recession as well. The low-level financial crisis can come and occur. And other countries, including India, can be hit too. China can start dumping steel in India. That's how India could be impacted. And European Union can start dumping goods meant for US in India and other countries. Let's talk about this tariff which is coming for China. There is no clarity on the size of these tariffs. The White House said Trump would sign a presidential memorandum targeting China's economic aggression at 12:30 p.m. or 4:30 GMT today. Investigation by US under Section 301 of 1974 Trade Act has identified theft from and coercion of US companies to disclose their intellectual property as well as purchases by Chinese state funds of US companies for their tech knowledge. China has also threatened to retaliate by hitting US agricultural exports if tariffs on Chinese imports worth $60 billion are announced by Washington. The US runs a hefty good trade deficit with China of $375 billion. Estimates of the cost of counterfeit goods and pirated software and theft of trade secrets could be as high as $600 billion. According to one study, talk of a global trade war emerged earlier this month when Trump announced hefty tariffs on steel and aluminum imports aimed at hitting Chinese overproduction, but which could also affect key allies like members of EU. And to talk more on this, we are joined by our special guest today, Rachit Ranjan, who was legal advisor at WTO as well, and he's expert in all these issues. Rachit, very good evening to you. First of all, how do you see the overall WTO, this impact ballooning into a much bigger controversy?
Well, yes, thank you for having me. I do believe that the actions taken by President Trump and what is happening around the world, the trends of mercantilism and protectionism, can definitely ring the death knell for WTO as an institution. The WTO as an institution was created for the purpose of balancing regulations with trade liberalization, but we haven't seen any concrete movement on that front for the past 15 to 20 years now. And these moves will only diminish the relevance of an important institution like the WTO going forward. I do believe that the measures that President Trump has taken also deviates from the standards that have been adopted by other countries to protect the domestic industry. Specifically on the steel and aluminum tariffs, what President Trump has done is he has invoked the national security exception under the GATT, which has not been used by any country.
It seems there's some problem with the audio. We'll go back to him. Meanwhile, we should tell the viewers today US is expected to announce more tariffs on China of around $600 billion. Rachit, if I can come back to you and ask you, how could the countries like India be impacted by this, especially when even WTO is not of much use here? WTO has not actually come so far in the whole issue and has not done anything. How could India be impacted by this?
Well, the current estimates impact that India can lose as much as $300 million. Bigger problem that the CEO.
And the big thing is $600 billion worth of tariffs can come on China as far as this is concerned, while this will take the overall trade wars to a different level altogether.